So in terms of other tests that are becoming more and more, at least allowed, but not necessarily, I don't think favored, in terms of the GRE. And then what other? There was a recent article about schools allowing another test this year, and I forget which one it was. It might have been the GMAT.
Really?
That a couple schools, yeah, no, and this is recent. I'm talking like in the last 2 months. I saw an article about a law school or two tinkering with the idea of allowing the GMAT as a as a as an entrance exam. First off, in terms of a law school, I know from the work that I do that they have to have some kind of a gatekeeping function to make sure that there are not a lot of bad actors out there in terms of law schools allowing students in who can't complete the 3-year curriculum. And to do that is to sentence somebody to a lifetime of basically owning a mortgage without a house, in terms of the student loans. So why do you think? I'm assuming that you've done some research, at least on the GRE, in terms of the comparison between the LSAT. What's your experience between people taking the GRE versus the LSAT, or maybe even some people who take both?
There's something I've been quite curious about in the past couple of years is, of course, Harvard was the big name that started taking the GRE, and then other schools followed suit. And I was it kind of frustrated me a little bit just because the ETS, the people who make the GRE, they haven't truly demonstrated, at least in my opinion, that the GRE is a valid predictor of anything, first year law school grades, bar passage rates, what have you. And schools in the top 14, anyone they're going to admit is going to do perfectly fine. No one getting into Harvard Law is at risk of reasonably likely to fail the bar. Mm-hmm. But the GRE itself, what is it really testing? It's like the SAT. Now, of course, law school applicants just want to know, will they get in with this? I've talked to a handful of admission officers about this, and what they tell me is that they're taking less than 5% of applicants with GRE scores specifically. And those people usually have something unique in their background, probably a ton of impressive work experience where the law school just wants this person because of where they're going to go after law school. But if you're the typical applicant straight out of college, working as a paralegal, they want to see that you're serious about law school, and taking the LSAT and doing well on it is the best way to indicate that. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.